Welcome to the 200 Proof Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Grayson. This,
I am Willie Bites.
and we are mostly a sports podcast. I swear to God.
Mostly, probably.
Yeah, we will get off topic, but we will always bring it back. Sometimes.
Sure.
Anyway, a lot to talk about today. Sorry about the inconsistency, but we both got awfully sick.
Yeah. Don't wear cheap Chinese earbuds that hurt your ears. Word of advice.
Yeah, and don't go to Vegas and lick a bunch of stairwells. You know, two normal things that we both did.
Yeah, very normal and basically the same thing.
Basically the same thing. So we're gonna go a little over last week's football games. Talk Canelo Crawford. That's where I was at. Willie Bites is obsessed with Alcaraz, so we're gonna talk that. Fucking goat in training.
Could be.
And but first we're gonna start off with Smash or Pass. This is a new. Oh wait, first, forgot big bucks. Please, first we are sponsored by SeatGeek. Please use the 200 Proof Sports promo code. That's 200 Proof Sports, no spaces, for $20 off any ticket. And remember, it's only for your first time using SeatGeek. But you can always just make a new account, make a fake email with Yahoo. It all takes 5 minutes. I do it all the time. You get $20 off any ticket, and don't worry, they're not listening. I cannot tell you how much they are not listening.
They don't even know we exist.
I mean, they gave us the promo code.
Someone there gave us the promo code. We don't even know if that person's still there.
I don't even know if it's a real guy. They could have just have it was just email. That could have just been like an AI chatbot.
Very well could be.
Anyway, we're going to start with a new segment called Smash or Pass. Very simple. We're going to take a new team every week, go through a few of the guys on the roster, and we're going to say what, and then we're going to have AI turn them into women, and we're going to say whether we'd fuck them or not.
That's exactly what we're doing.
That's exactly what we're doing.
It has come to this.
Yeah. You know what? If we didn't watch things like this work all the time, we wouldn't have to do things like this. This is your fault, America.
This is your fault, viewers.
Yeah, you ever wonder why they keep putting Stephen A. Smith on everything on ESPN? It's because you idiots hate watch it.
Or Kendrick Perkins.
Why is Kendrick Perkins a person? Anyway, that's just Stephen A. Smith blown up and given a bunch of lean.
Yeah, and like 300 hamburgers.
Stephen A. Smith's going to run for president, isn't he?
He's not going to be successful.
That's what they said when the host of this Celebrity Apprentice ran for president, buddy.
Yeah.
We were there.
Yeah. Do you think Stephen A. is going to run as a Democrat or Republican?
He'll probably do that thing that all of the older Democrats are doing where they have no actual beliefs of the Democratic Party, but they run on the Democratic ticket. You know, like Cuomo, Hillary Clinton.
I mean, I feel like the Democratic Party is split. You've got the neo-libs who are like very corporate. That's like Chuck Schumer, Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden.
Yeah, the ones that are 1990s Republicans.
Yeah.
We're going to start with the Giants because that's our team. We're going to start with the Giants quarterback, a very sexy Russell Wilson. That's a smash. That's a smash.
Yeah, I think
he makes so much better looking of a woman than a guy.
3 or 4 beers. Obviously, she's mature. Probably, mid-30s.
Yeah, like Russell Wilson.
Probably got a corporate job, maybe something in PR. And she's going to take you home. You're not going to take she's going to take you home.
Yeah, she looks like you'll meet her at a fancy cocktail bar.
Hotel bar, yeah. But for me, yes, this is a smash. And let's say also, instead of smash or pass, how many drinks?
How many drinks?
Yeah.
Well, I'm incapable of having sex sober, and it takes a lot to get me drunk, so I'm going to go with 9.
Okay.
which is low
Nine,
for me. That's very low. That's like
nine.
the bare,
Now,
that's
is that Cutwaters, which are actually 2 drinks, or
okay. Yeah,
beers?
if we're doing cut waters, I guess 3,
Oh, okay. Okay, so
3 or
9
4.
regular drinks, 3
Nine
Cutwater.
cut waters are the fucking best, man. It's just like 3 beers in a can.
You're telling me that one drink was 4 drinks?
Oh, dude. They're like, if you don't know what cut waters are, they basically put cocktails in a can, and I know they've done this before, but they all end up being like 4% alcohol, which is like what beer is. But somehow they're allowed to make these like 14%.
Yeah, well,
Great.
it's basically 2 cocktails because
I want
normal
Cutwater
cocktail is like
sponsor
6
us.
ounces. Yeah, please
Cutwater
sponsor
sponsor us.
Also, I mean, you could always do what I did one of the nights I got the drunkest, which is take like strawberryta or like I think I got like
the Bud Light thing.
like a Bud Light apple cider thing, and I just dumped like 2 shots of Fireball and a 5-hour energy in there.
You could do what I did the night I got the drunkest. Hydroxycut and vodka.
Do not mix Hydroxycut and vodka. For our listeners out there, I don't even know if Hydroxycut is still legal.
It's like a weight loss thing. At least it was in 2018.
It was one of those like weight loss supplements you would see when you're watching like TV at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
It was so perfect because we were all trying to lose weight for spring break because we all got kind of fat our senior year. And so everyone had a different system of cheating. Not really cheating, but like shortcuts to weight loss. So my thing was replacing vodka Red Bulls with vodka Hydroxycut because there was caffeine in it. But it turns out what the Hydroxycut does is it metabolizes all the food in your stomach like really fast. So all the food, it would hit my stomach and all the food would metabolize, and then the alcohol would basically hit a empty stomach, and I'd decaffeinate it.
It doesn't exactly metabolize; it just pushes it along.
Yeah.
So you're not really absorbing the nutrients from the food. You're just getting it out.
It was a great system. I highly recommend it. If you want to get kicked out of a bar you go to every day and never been kicked out of before.
If you want to be shredded and hammered,
I was so shredded and so hammered. I was down to like 6% body fat. I looked great. I had like the arm veins
like
everywhere.
Abs on your veins on your abs.
Yeah, dude. I had like an 8-pack.
Jesus.
I did wake up in someone's apartment trash room.
Next up, we have Camilla Scatabo.
Ooh.
And I love her brother, Cam Scatabo, but we're sorry.
Pretending they're sisters now?
Camilla, this is like blackout. This is like 12 beers.
You know what? I think this might be my annual tax-deductible fuck a fatty.
She's not fatty. She just has chubby cheeks.
She's thick.
And a squished face.
She's thick. It almost looks like the image was stretched out, but she actually just has a wide face.
Yeah.
She looks sturdy and that she can handle a drink or 12.
She looks like she has a nice personality.
Yeah, I'm going to go with pass on this one. Unless I'm very drunk. I'm going to go with, this is going to be 12 drinks, 3 cut waters, or 2 hydroxycut vodkas.
That's a lot. And maybe a quarter bar.
Yeah, and a quarter bar. This is a lot. She looks like she can beat me up.
Normally I'm into that, but not this time.
I'm going to go with pass.
Moving on, we have Jacqueline Dart. And for me, this is sober. This is number 1. This is stone cold sober. Honestly, I would probably fuck Jackson Dart sober. So this is an easy call for me.
Yeah, I would just pleasure her. I'd give her what she wanted. I wouldn't even be selfish. I'd just be happy to be there. Stone cold sober smash.
And finally, we have Malika Neighbors.
Oof.
There's a
lot going on here face-wise.
Yeah.
One of the eyes feels a little lazy.
Yeah.
That hair is definitely a weave.
I think this would be an experience. It would be. I'll say 9 beers.
This is like when you go to the black bar with like your one black friend. This is the kind of
Yeah.
chick you meet. She's the kind that's into white dudes, and
Yeah.
she's just into white dudes and likes to wreck them. I'm gonna go with 6 drinks.
There it is.
Mostly a pass, maybe a smash.
Tune in next week when we will be going through another team and seeing how smashable their players are as women.
We should do it as guys. That'd be a fun. We'll do that. We'll do that during Pride.
Pride is June.
We'll be alive in June.
Yeah, but the NFL season will be over.
We can still do things.
We'll do NBA. We'll do like the finals teams or something for Pride.
Yeah, I mean, if we're doing the finals teams and we're doing smash or pass, God, I hope Thanasis makes it.
Yeah, from
What's
Anthony
Kelly Oubre Jr. on nowadays?
Kelly Oubre.
Hottest guy in the NBA.
Yeah, I want to say he's on like the Hornets.
Oh, so 100% chance he's in the finals.
Yeah. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Anyways.
Kelly Oubre is on the Sixers.
Sixers. Nice.
Honestly,
so 0% chance.
Slightly more likely to make the finals.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we're going to do a little recap of what happened in the NFL this week. Mostly, we're going to talk about how the Bengals have gotten Joe Burrow killed.
Yeah, they ruined him.
They ruined him. He's out for 3 months. Keep in mind, with 2 games in, 3 months would be 12 to 13 more games. So that gets you to week 15, and you only play 17 games.
Yeah, I mean, their season's over.
They're toast.
Maybe they can tank and try to get some good draft picks. I don't know.
But they're not going to draft offensive linemen because they just hate him. He's too
right. They'll probably just draft receivers or even like defensive backs or something. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I want to talk about this game a little before I get into my rant about offensive line because that's going to lead nicely into our weekly Giant Suck segment. So
go for it.
Yeah, just about this game a little. I want to talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars, who was on the other side of this game. So Joe Burrow gets hurt like at the beginning of the second quarter. Their backup QB comes in, throws 3 interceptions, and the Jaguars still lose. The fuck is wrong with them?
I mean, the Jaguars, our entire lives, have just been one of those teams that find a way to lose, even when they're good.
They had one good year.
Yeah, like Jacksonville.
Bortles.
And I mean, weren't they in the Super Bowl in the early 2000s?
That sounds made up. Jacksonville.
I thought Brady won one against them.
I think you're thinking of the Titans.
I thought they had like one really good year in the early 2000s or late 90s.
They have never won a Super Bowl nor played in one. They have been in 3 AFC championship games.
Okay, yeah, I think Brady beat them in an AFC championship game.
Yeah, that was 2017. Before that, they hadn't been in one since 1999.
Oh, 99 was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, they lost in the AFC championship game. And then before that, 96. And then I think that was close to when they became a franchise.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Dude,
the Jags.
You have so many police sirens. What is going on the Upper East Side?
Listen, man, I just my apartment has a clear line of sight onto the street. Sound carries.
I have
also crimes
onto the street. I'm in a much worse neighborhood.
But I'm on the 12th floor, overlooking an avenue. Like the sound really carries. But yeah, I mean.
All right.
The team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, are just like rooted in mediocrity, like really, truly.
So
I feel like there are teams that are bad, but like they have a legacy, like the Lions or the Jets or like
Browns.
Yeah, the Browns. And then there are teams that are kind of new and have just always sucked, like the Hornets or the
I mean, the ones that
Jags.
came in the '90s. I don't know. The Ravens just took all of the Browns are finally becoming good, and then they stopped being a franchise, and then the Ravens took all their good guys and immediately won a Super Bowl. It was really mean.
Yeah. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But
And then there's the Titans who are just irrelevant.
weren't they
Consistently,
the Houston Oilers?
yes. All right. So as far as Joe Burrow, I just want you to know how much they hate him. So you know how the Giants have had a bottom five O line 14 of the last 15 years. Joe Burrow's best offensive line. This is the year he went to the Super Bowl. Was the 28th ranked offensive line.
That's insane.
Yes. So he's been in the league 2019, so 6 years. He's had a bottom four ranked offensive line every year, and he's not mobile.
Yeah. That's not a good idea.
Yes, I remember his first season. If you remember, he got injured his rookie year because they had the worst offensive line. They had the 32 ranked offensive line, and he got immediately injured. A little foretelling. And everyone's like, they should draft an offensive lineman at first overall. There's some great ones this year. And guess what they did?
Draft Jamar Chase.
They drafted Jamar Chase. Good player. Doesn't
Really
matter if Joe Burrow's dead.
Yeah.
So this kind of leads into my giant suck thing, and bigger picture, offensive line is more important than any position group in football. Offensive line is more important than quarterback. It just is. Every stat says it's a better indicator of winning. Your quarterbacks play better. Look at Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones on the Giants with a terrible offensive line looked like the worst quarterback of all time. And now the Colts are the first team in history to go 2 games without punting.
Wow.
There was no good teams with bad offensive lines. It does not exist. That's what made Joe Burrow's Super Bowl run so impressive. But if you remember, he wasn't even that good in that run. It was mostly their defense, which sucks now, by the way. They also dismantled their defense and used none of that money to make an offensive line.
Well, I've heard the Bengals owner is one of the cheapest guys in sports. So
he is the cheapest. He hates spending money. To pay for Joe Burrow's contract, instead of digging into his billionaire pockets, he sold the naming rights for the stadium.
Right.
But yeah, Sam Darnold. Everyone's like, why are these quarterbacks leave New York and become good? Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers. Like, it's because offensive line basically determines if you're a good quarterback. Like, there are guys who can make some stuff happen, but look at Patrick Mahomes. How has he gotten blown out in those 2 Super Bowls? It's because his offensive line fell apart.
Yeah.
Our offensive line was so bad, it made people think Saquon sucked.
How hard do you have to try to make people think that Saquon Barkley is so good?
If you have a bad offensive line, you should not draft any other position group until you fix it. It makes Jared Goff good. Jared Goff, famously, when he's pressured, is one of the worst quarterbacks in history. When he isn't, he's great.
Tom Brady always had an amazing O-line.
Top 5. Josh Allen's had top 5 O-line. Lamar, he's had good to decent. Patrick Mahomes, his best seasons are when he had his good offensive line. His worst seasons are when he didn't. It's not about wide receivers because anyone can get open with enough time. If you have a good offensive line, you're going to be a good quarterback. There are very few instances of a bad quarterback with a good offensive line. If you have time, you can pretty much do anything. Your receiver, if you have a bad offensive line, your receivers don't have time to get open. So why would you draft someone like Malik Nabers or Jamar Chase? If you have a bad offensive line, you can't run the ball. There's no one blocking for your running back. So why would you draft someone like Saquon Barkley or Ashton Genty? Raiders.
This is going to make a lot of people mad, but the Eagles' O-line is so good. And by the way, that's the reason that they've been so good the past couple of years. Is their
O-line and their D-line.
Their O-line is a top 2 O-line every year, and it's so good that it made Jalen Hurts look good.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts, who I like as a person. And I can't wait for that smash or pass. But yeah, offensive line, it's more important than quarterback because one, if you have a bad why would you draft a quarterback if you have a bad offensive line? One, it's going to make them bad. And two, it's going to make them fucking injured.
I mean, I saw this today. It's basically what happened with Andrew Luck.
Yeah. A bad offensive line literally destroyed Andrew Luck, maybe the best quarterback I've ever seen.
How old was he when he retired? Like 28, 29?
Yeah, I think he was our age. Is it time for us to retire?
Where did it all go wrong?
But for the Colts?
No, for us.
Oh, for us? I think it was when I licked the subway steps at Times Square.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. I've kind of just been seeing spots everywhere since then.
Oh, you're probably fine.
Yeah, I'm probably fine. Anyway, the Giants suck.
They really suck.
This is the weekly the Giants suck segment. I put it in as weekly because I just assume we're going to be able to do this every week.
Yeah.
So they finally looked good. I want to talk about, I was on a plane, so I was able to see like the first half and the overtime. So you watched the game, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember how this game started?
I didn't catch the very beginning.
Giants are driving down the field, and they had 8 penalties on one drive. 4 of them committed by the same guy. One of the stats I got for you today is that is the first time in 100 years. The NFL is only 104 years old. It is the first time in 100 years the same guy committed 4 penalties on one drive.
Who was it?
He was the backup for Andrew Thomas. His name's like Johnson. It doesn't matter. The point is, he got benched after that. Right? And then he started freaking out at Daboll like he did nothing wrong. Like it was 2 personal fouls and two false starts. So the Giants drove all the way to the 1-yard line, and then he immediately had 4 penalties in a row and moved them back, and they had to kick a 40-yard field goal. And this was the difference in the game.
I always think that's funny though when a team's on like within the 5, and whether through like fumbles or like penalties, they end up getting backed up to like the 30, 35-yard line and have to kick like a 50-yard field goal.
Yeah, it's a lot funny when it doesn't happen to us.
Yeah.
So but don't worry, we're totally gonna win this week, and this is gonna lead into our next segment because you know who we're playing.
Are we playing the Eagles?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh God.
Hey man, 2 0-2 teams headed at each other, even matchup.
Yeah, an immovable object meets an unstoppable force.
A very movable object.
Yeah, a very movable object in the New York Giants meets mildly easy to stop force in the Kansas City Chiefs at the moment, but we won't stop them.
No. Last thing on the Giants game. So once again about offensive line, why was Russell Wilson good all of a sudden? It's because the Cowboys famously got rid of their only good pass rusher. All of a sudden, he has a bunch of time. Malik Neighbors can get open. He can stand there and wait for it. He's throwing fucking bombs all game.
Yeah, until he threw an interception in overtime.
Yeah, until he ruined everything. And now I hope he dies.
Well,
but I like his girl version better.
His girl version, she and I can talk, but male version, step aside. It's time for Jackson Dart.
Yeah. Anyway, next segment, it's called The Chiefs Are Gonna Be Fine, Calm Down.
Calm down. The Chiefs
Everybody
are gonna be fine.
Calm down. Guys, the offensive line's a mess. They're missing their 2 best wide receivers. Travis Kelce basically threw the game into the Eagles' hands. They were playing the Eagles, who are the favorite to win the Super Bowl, and they lost by 3 points. And that was with Travis Kelce just getting a ball in his hand and basically just handing it over to them.
I think he needs to retire after this season.
But then we're not going to get to see Taylor Swift at the games. Everyone
They'll
loves.
still go. He'll still go.
No, he can't. You think he's going to be able to convince Taylor Swift to hang out in Missouri if it's not for work?
But it is for work. Do you know how many like people she attracts to those games by being there? Like, do you know how big that social media collaboration is? Like, do you know how much that's worth?
I believe
so
last
much
season it was estimated. I remember a Forbes article did this. It was over $120 million to the franchise, mostly on Travis Kelce jersey sales to women. Women's Travis Kelce jerseys.
Yeah, that makes
that they're
sense.
just cutting up and making into weird outfits.
But yeah, I mean the amount of media attention that she brings is, I mean, obviously the Chiefs don't really need much more media attention. I feel like they've been
honestly, I think there was too much.
NFL. Yeah, I mean, they've been the stars of the NFL for the past 5 or 6 years, ever since Mahomes came to the league. But it's like you can't turn that down.
I mean, what he's got to retire. I mean, maybe they just bench him. He just sits on the bench, waves to Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he plays like 3 games a year and then comes in the playoffs.
Like,
and you pray that
way older than Gronk was when he retired.
Let's see.
Especially when Gronk retired the first time. So yeah, I'm not blaming Travis Kelce. It's kind of unfair. He's the other two. Their 2 wide receivers are guys that the Patriots cut. The Patriots have no wide receivers currently, and they're like, well, we don't need these guys.
But it just goes back to that point. Like, as long as you have an okay O-line and you have Patrick Mahomes, it doesn't really matter who he's throwing to.
And that's one of the issues. The O-line is good. Oh, by the way, their running game sucks. Pacheco clearly hasn't healed from his knee thing. Kareem Hunt has sucked for years. And Patrick Mahomes is their leading rusher. That's what you want.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. It really looked like that in that Chargers game. Every play, they're like, well, no one's open because we don't have any wide receivers. So I'm just going to run the ball. That was like every other play. So yeah, the Chiefs are going to be fine. Worthy, I haven't heard much about it, but I think he's back in a couple of weeks. Rashee Rice, he's got 4 weeks left on his suspension. That's about it, right?
Yeah.
They're going to figure it out. They'll probably trade for or sign some kind of running back that can run.
That might be a good idea. But who knows?
No, I think they'll be fine. If you got people are like, so if you start 0-2, 90% of teams that start 0-2 don't make the playoffs. To be fair, most of that stat is before they added the extra playoff team and the extra game. But also that means that 1 or 2 make it every year.
And how many of those teams have won the past, like 3 of the past 6 Super Bowls? So.
Yeah, and we're just in the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl before, and the Super Bowl before that. And have Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and what's left of Travis Kelce. They're gonna be fine. Everyone's like they're gonna
be fine.
Everyone's so excited that the last place in their division. I think it's the first time in like 20 years.
Enjoy it while it lasts, haters.
Yeah, they're gonna be fucking fine. They're gonna make the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes, at worst, has made it to the overtime of the AFC Championship game. That's happened twice. He's lost in overtime. And that is the only times he has not made the Super Bowl.
That's just so crazy.
7 years, right? 7 years. It's been to what? 5 Super Bowls in 7 years. And 2 AFC Championship games.
And people doubt him. They're like, no, I don't know if he's the best quarterback. Like, he's not playing well this year.
Bill Simmons thinks Josh Allen's the best quarterback. And his argument was...
Josh Allen's like the 5th best quarterback in the league.
Yeah, I would say 5th. But yeah, his argument is like, well, if I have for one game in the playoffs, I'll take Mahomes, but for a season, Josh Allen. If you're saying you want someone for the regular season, you take Lamar Jackson. He's way better stats in everything than Josh Allen. More wins in the more better winning percentage in the regular season. Significantly better stats. His whole problem is the playoffs. Everyone's like he's the James Harden of the NFL. Josh Allen is worse than Lamar Jackson in the regular season. He even has he has a losing record against Lamar Jackson in the regular season. And if you're taking someone for the playoffs, then you take fucking Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen has no argument.
Yeah.
I don't like Josh Allen.
We don't like Josh Allen on this podcast.
We don't like Josh Allen. We're the only white guys in America who don't like Josh Allen.
If you're listening and you like Josh Allen, screw you.
This is the podcast. Please, no. This is the podcast for you. Hate listen.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. We're going to keep talking shit about Josh Allen, and you're going to start arguments in the comments.
He's always had a top. Remember what I said about there's no such thing as a bad quarterback with a good offensive line? He was a bad quarterback when they entered the league. Then he got a top 5 offensive line, and now all of a sudden he's a good quarterback.
You want to know why he can run around and scramble and make all these crazy throws? Because he's got a top 5 offensive line.
People are pushing guys out of the way for him. Now, he is big and strong and fast, and he can throw hard. But he has a lot of time to make those throws.
And he has such dreamy eyes. But he's not a good quarterback.
I'm still not seeing the handsome thing with Josh Allen. He looks like he has a very normal face to me. He's just
It's like if you ever see those things where they're like, we took 1,000 male faces and like blended them all together, and this is the result.
Allen?
That's because but you look at the average and it's like, wow, that's actually a pretty attractive person.
Yeah, Josh Allen's like a 7.5.
Yeah, but also he's 6'5" with broad shoulders and $100 million in his bank account.
And if you fuck him, you could smell Haley Steinfeld's pussy on his dick.
Yes, you can do that.
But you would also probably be able to smell Michael B. Jordan's cum left over from Haley Steinfeld's pussy on his dick.
And DK Metcalf's.
Yeah, I don't know what decisions she's making, where she's like, I'm only going to work opposite beautiful, large black men. Sorry, Josh.
So who's next?
Let's see. She did 2 Michael B. Jordans. DK Metcalf. What's Idris Elba up to? I feel like they've been in a movie together. Like one of those shitty action movies, like Red Notice or something.
It's entirely possible. You know, Idris Elba is like a black belt in kickboxing. Like he's a really good kickboxer.
Idris Elba?
Yeah.
I did not know that. He looks a little too bulky for like general athletics.
And also he raps.
That I did know, and it's hilarious. Yeah. Slightly better than Joe Pesci.
Listen, man.
Have you seen
Joe Pesci's album? Pure gold.
Joe Pesci's rap is amazing.
There's a reason. There's a reason there's not many Italian rappers.
Is there any? Is it because Italians are usually racist?
Well, that too. I believe you are about to go into your funny stats segment.
Yeah, this is only funny if it doesn't apply to you.
Also, I'm going to grab my
charger. Oh, wait, quickly, I just want to say Mac Jones had a good game. I don't want to hear it that people are like, oh, look, Brock Purdy's clearly a Shanahan much. Anyone could have a good game. He was playing the worst team in the league. We all agree the Saints are the worst team in the league. But then when Mac Jones has a decent game against him, they're like, clearly Purdy is the problem. Oh, shit, I can't find it.
I will not tolerate Brock Purdy slander.
First stat is... Ah, man, where did I put all these stats? Oh, Chardonnay on the Seahawks. He had 15 carries for 5 yards.
Sounds like he should be in the Giants.
Sounds like it. Jalen Hurts is the only NFL quarterback who has not thrown a touchdown pass.
Told you guys.
Wait, what was that? Yeah, I don't think I wrote them all down. I just wrote funny stats down. I'm sorry, guys. I'll be better next time. I literally just wrote funny stats in there and then didn't put the stats under it.
Funny stats.
Funny stat. I had way better ones. I had some good stuff. I'll bring them next time. It'll be fine. People will do dumb stuff.
Yeah, they always do.
So Tua's gonna die, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna do like who was that shot themselves in the chest? Was that Junior Seau?
How did Aaron Hernandez kill himself? Was it hanging?
He hanged himself.
Yeah, I think it was Seau. And yeah, shot himself in the chest. Why would you shoot yourself in the chest?
He shot himself in the chest.
Something. That's what it was.
Exactly. So that's what's gonna happen to Tua probably. I've never seen a player take more hits to the head.
His brain probably looks like camouflage.
You can be like a big, strong player who like uses their head as a weapon a little bit,
and he's not.
But he's not. Yeah, and it feels like if you touch him, he'll go down and like whiplash his head into the ground.
It feels like abuse, like letting him like play. Especially they have a bad line now. He's gonna get killed.
We're both fans of fighting. You're more boxing. I'm more MMA, but we can both name a lot of fighters that we've seen that fight past their primes, and it's really sad to see
Muhammad Ali.
For me, the one that comes, the one that comes to my mind is Tony Ferguson, who to be fair, his mind was never all there in the first place.
He was a weird guy already, so that might just be a weird guy getting old.
But I mean, if you saw that fight against Gaethje, where he just stood there for basically 4.5 rounds of abuse, it was hard to watch. And I'm not a squeamish person. I watch knockouts, I watch big hits, but that was like, stop the fight. Stop the fight. Can't you see he's already dead?
It's like how I can't watch the Larry Holmes Muhammad Ali fight. Like, it's just too sad. I've just seen still images and it looks depressing as fuck.
Yeah, or like those fights where mostly happened, I feel like, in the 80s or even the 90s, where one guy like is clearly out on the ropes, but because he's held up by the ropes, like the other guy just keeps
George Foreman, Ron Lyle. He literally had to beat him off of the ropes to the ground before the official would stop it.
Yeah, like, ref, what are you doing? But
they didn't care about that.
With Tua.
Yeah, Tua's gonna end up worse than like an old boxer because he keeps fucking doing it.
Yeah.
And the other thing where his leg shaked when he got hit and he was knocked out.
Oh yeah, I mean that's one of the telltale signs of like brain trauma.
Yeah,
you'll see it with fighters. They'll get this like stiff arm. They call it posturing.
I call it really fucking rigor mortis.
No, it's not rigor mortis.
I know it's not rigor mortis. It just looks like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to meet the doctor who cleared Tua to go back to play football like 2 weeks after like his last time he got knocked unconscious.
I think the NFL is using the John Mulaney method of finding doctors, where they go on like ZocDoc and find the worst reviewed doctor. They go to him and
like sort by review, and then they scroll all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, sort lowest to highest. And they find them and they're like, listen, you say what we tell you to say and we'll pay you. And if you don't want to do that, we'll find someone else to pay.
Bam. Yeah. It's like Nixon with his attorney generals. Don't prosecute me or I'll find someone else. So he just kept firing attorney generals. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know who else might do that in modern times, but
nobody. Anyway, you ready for your time to shine? Talk about your man crush?
I mean, obviously my man crush is Carlos Alcaraz.
Wait, one interjection. Kawhi Leonard is a Sinner fan, confirmed.
Oh, we do need to talk about Kawhi Leonard, actually. We should add that before Canelo Crawford.
All right, you do your Alcaraz rant. We'll do a quick thing on Kawhi Leonard, who's... Holy shit, he might be going to jail.
I don't think he'll go to jail, but he might have to pay a lot of money. Anyways, Carlos Alcaraz, if you don't No is the number one tennis player in the world. He's 22 years old. He's won 6 majors, and he's only getting better. And if you're a tennis player trying to play against him, you must be so fucking depressed right now because this guy is the best in the world. He's got every single tool, and he's only getting better. He's only 22 years old.
That's the fucking insane part. Lead with that. This guy is 22 years old and the best in the world, and he has like a Hall of Fame like resume.
If he retired now, he'd be in the Hall of Fame. I think he's probably 9th or 10th on the list of all-time majors for men at this point.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean, I know Djokovic has 24, Nadal has 22, Federer has like 21, Pete Sampras has 14 or 16. It's like Bjorn Borg, Andre Agassi, John McEnroe, Ivan Lendl, Jimmy Connors, and then you're like Boris Becker. Then you're getting into the weeds. So he's on a higher trajectory than Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, literally any player in history. I mean, excluding the women's side because the women tend to peak younger.
Yeah, women go age differently. They go through puberty first, and then they get old faster. Like,
I was watching some highlights, and one of the commentators said something that really struck me. Basically, he's a tennis player that has the athleticism of Russell Westbrook. And
dude, Russell Westbrook's like the most athletic basketball player ever. He's on the short
This guy is so fast twitch. It's insane. He's getting to shots that most players wouldn't even be able to get to. And not just getting to them to be able to put a racket on them, but getting to them in time to return them with force. And there's really nothing that anyone can do against him. If he's playing his A game, it's lights out. And he's still getting better. He's charismatic. He's a hard worker. The crowds love him. He performs better under pressure. And
this guy's a fucking Terminator.
He'll play probably until he's 35. That's 13 more years
left.
If he averages 2 majors a year out of the 4 for the next 13 years, he'll retire with 32 major titles.
And the record's 26?
24, I believe, is Djokovic.
Christ.
Yeah, so he's set to shatter that. And to me, when I think about great tennis players, in the scheme of all the top athletes in the world, I don't think of tennis players on the same athletic level as I think of basketball players, football players, even a lot of hockey players or soccer players. It's just more of a skill-based sport, kind of more like baseball or golf,
Even boxing. The guys who are crazy athletes really jump out, like Roy Jones.
Mike Tyson.
Ali.
But Carlos Alcaraz is truly a world-class athlete who is he can play any shot. I mean, he's got the kind of shot style of Nadal, top spin heavy, extremely strong. He'll push you around the court. He'll bully you with pace and depth and spin. But then he's also got the mentality of Federer where he's ultra aggressive. He'll change the pace, take control of points quickly, come into the net, end points quickly. And it's really scary to see. And
he's 22.
If you have the opportunity to go see him, do it.
We should go next year.
Yeah.
It's at a really inconvenient time.
I know. It's on our birthdays. Like who
Yeah,
plans
it's
this
also
shit?
on the first, at least the final. It's the first Sunday. Every year, it's the first Sunday of football. They should
Yeah.
work on that. I really wanted to watch that closer, but it was the first Sunday of NFL.
Yeah.
If you want to, make your sport more popular, literally move it to the day before.
Yeah. That's the women's final.
Move that to fucking Friday.
Yeah. No, I'm totally with you. They should figure it out.
It's not that hard to not. You have the whole summer.
Yeah, you had all summer to figure it out.
God damn it, guys.
Figure out what you do, junkie.
Could you imagine if the NBA was like, we're going to do the finals during the Super Bowl? We're going to schedule it so Game 7 of the finals lands on the Super Bowl?
Competing with the NFL is never a good idea.
Not in America. Oh,
No.
I read an interesting list. What do you think the 5 highest grossing sports leagues are in the world? Like
In the world?
revenue, just most money.
NFL.
Boom, number 1.
EPL.
Is that the English Premier League?
Yeah.
That was number 4.
La Liga.
You got 1 and 4. Nope, not in the top 5.
NBA.
NBA was number 2.
F1.
Nope.
MLB.
MLB number 3. Are you
And NHL.
And NHL at number 5.
America.
USA. We really know how to just drain you for every dollar. Are sports the most popular? No. Are they most fairly officiated? No. Do they make the most? Do they charge you the most to watch it? Yes.
Yeah.
The best was when they broke it down per game, because the NFL, it's like they're making like $600 million per game because there's so few games compared to
the NFL's revenue per game is absurd.
They make
NFL,
too much fucking money.
NBA,
Wait,
MLB.
talk about Kawhi?
Yeah, let's talk about Kawhi, because this story keeps getting crazier and crazier.
It's fucking nuts. So if you don't know, Kawhi Leonard is on the Clippers. The Clippers is owned by the richest owner in sports, 6th richest man alive, Steve Ballmer, who everyone likes. And I think that's the only reason people aren't going harder on this, is everyone likes him. And they have a salary cap, and they wanted to sign Kawhi Leonard, and they clearly do we have to say allegedly?
Clearly,
they clearly allegedly circumvented the salary cap by getting a fake company that plants fake trees to sign Kawhi Leonard to a sponsorship thing in which it was in the contract that he was not obligated to do anything for the money, and he did nothing. He got $28 million from this company. He never did any ads. He never did any appearances. He never made any tweets. He never retweeted anything or liked any of their tweets. He did literally nothing. Steve Ballmer gave them $50 million. They gave $28 to Kawhi. And then what did we learn this week?
What did we learn this week? Oh,
his payments weren't in a lump sum, so he's getting like $2 million every couple months. So one time when the company was falling apart because it was a scam and it was completely bankrupt and they were laying everyone off, so Steve Ballmer owns 99% of the Clippers. 1% is owned by his college roommate.
Right.
Dennis Wang or Wong?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Whose daughter, by the way, was on the board of or she was employed by Aspiration.
On the board of the fake company, yes.
Yeah.
The fake tree company. Anyway, so all of a sudden the company's hemorrhaging money. It's big news that this company is falling apart. But Kawhi's checks are late because the company's hemorrhaging money. You know. So this guy who had never invested in Aspiration before decides to put the exact amount that Kawhi Leonard is owed into the company, and then they give the money.
It wasn't the exact amount.
It was actually, he was owed $1.8 million, and he put in $2 million.
So Kawhi was owed $1.75 million, and his daughter's salary was $250K. So he put in $2 million.
That's fucking amazing. Dude, they might have to they might actually just have to kick Steve. Like, they're going to have to kick these guys out of the league. If this was anyone else but Steve Ballmer, they would kick them out of the league.
Yeah. So I texted you this.
He also just built that fucking stadium.
Yeah. The Intuit Dome is supposed to be one of the nicest arenas.
Oh, it's fucking sick. It's unreal.
Yeah,
that's why no one wants to do anything about it, despite this. The last time they did, and they fucked up and traded all their draft picks, so they're fucked for like a decade already. The last time they did this, they took away a bunch of the guys. Someone did something like this, which wasn't as bad. They took away a bunch of their draft picks. That means they'd be fucked for 15 years, and he just built this like $20 billion arena.
Yeah. Well, here's my way too early conclusions on this, and this is what I texted to you on Thursday.
I was very
two main Yeah, well, that's par for the course. So the two main questions in this Kawhi saga are not, did they do it? Clearly they did it.
They did.
Okay. So question number one is, did Adam Silver know all along? And did these actions have his implicit blessing? I think yes.
He is a terrible person.
What will the public and private penalties be? My conclusion from everything that's transpired so far is this. Adam Silver definitely knew, but at this point, way too much has come out, so he has to publicly punish the Clippers. Probably to the tune of like 5 first-round draft picks.
Dude, they don't have one till 2031 already.
Well, maybe then they'll just take the Lakers draft picks. However, Adam Silver
so bad. Rich people
Adam Silver was fully on board with this, and more importantly, he really likes Steve Ballmer because Steve Ballmer has invested a ton of money in the league. He did the league a huge favor when he stepped in to buy the Clippers after the Donald Sterling incident. Finding a buyer on short notice like that is really hard, and finding a buyer that's willing to overpay for an asset like they did.
And there's only like 800 guys, like probably less. There's probably like 300 guys in the world that can afford it. And like, how many of them are interested in basketball?
Exactly. So Steve Ballmer has done the NBA a huge favor. Not just that, but also building the Clippers a new arena. So Adam Silver really wants to keep him on board. So
if this was anyone else, they would kick him out of the league immediately.
While they're going to be publicly punished, they're in private. Adam Silver is going to arrange things so the Clippers can still be competitive. And mark my words,
Luka,
despite losing probably all their draft picks, the Clippers are going to be able to mysteriously sign free agents and veterans and make advantageous trades, and they're going to be competitive in the league for as long as Steve Ballmer is their owner.
Are you saying the Clippers are getting Luka?
No.
That's what they did. The ratings were tumbling, and all of a sudden, oh, wait, they didn't negotiate with anyone else. They just sent Luka to the Lakers. And then all of a sudden, the ratings are back.
This is why I love the NBA. It's because
it's clearly rigged.
It has the most conspiracies of any sports league.
To be fair, they've gotten caught rigging games before.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
And it's almost like the WWE. We're almost at that point. I also want to touch briefly on, I need to do more research on this, but Uncle Dennis,
he's Kawhi's uncle, who Kawhi is made him his manager, and he's just a fucking crazy person. He wanted part ownership of the Lakers for Kawhi to go there.
Yeah, I saw this today. The package they were asking for from the Lakers was max contract, a house.
Not allowed, by the way.
Yeah, not allowed. Ownership stake in the Lakers, also not allowed.
Not allowed.
A private jet, also not allowed.
You're not allowed to give them anything besides their salary.
What is $45-50 million not enough for you, Kawhi?
No, he did 28 million from a fake tree company.
and guaranteed
Look,
$10
his
million
New Balance.
a year in endorsement money.
He has a shoe deal, and the fake company was paying him more than his shoe deal. Where he has a signature shoe, and he's the number one athlete at that shoe. It's New Balance. Wait, Steph at New Balance? Okay, maybe he's number 2 athlete.
Steph is Under Armour.
Oh no. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Kawhi's definitely the biggest. It's Kawhi and Cameron Brink at New Balance.
Yeah, who wears New Balance basketball shoes?
Old men.
The Dad Force Ones.
I just want to bring one thing up that was a conspiracy for today, is that Kawhi, when those checks were late, someone said, "Hey, you think when those checks were late coincides when he just decides he's not going to play games?" And that he was literally holding out for money that he was illegally getting.
After that check game, he played in 85% of the. Yeah, after that check cleared, he played in 85% of the remaining games.
Yeah, it seems like Kawhi is a horrible guy.
He's just a mercenary.
Yeah, he's in it for the dough.
Yeah, Boardman gets paid.
Canelo Crawford, so we can get out of here.
Canelo Crawford, the big one.
So I was at Canelo Crawford this weekend. Fucking awesome. Hey man, I was watching on a screen too, man. I was pretty far back now. What's crazy, it was in the Allegiant Stadium, so it's a football stadium. So basically, if you're not on the floor, you can't see anything because it's like, imagine if you were only watching a game in like a 12 by 12 foot thing at the center of the 50-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, you're like, it's like ants.
Yeah, like I was in like the mid tier, and I could. It was really great because everything at that arena was basically like you're either rich or you're fucked. Like you're either in a suite on the floor or you can't see shit, and you can't get to the other places. It was very class segregated,
as things should be in America.
That stadium's so sick, by the way. That it makes MetLife look like fucking Rikers.
I mean, to be fair, MetLife does look like Rikers.
Nice. It's really got the East Coast aesthetic.
It looks like a highway.
You would think that we built that in like the 90s, but it was like 2015.
Yeah, it looks like the on-ramp to a bridge.
Yeah, they just poured a bowl full of concrete and just lifted it. Anyway, Canelo Crawford. Crawford has entered top 10 argument pound for pound all time.
Oh, yeah.
I would say that this accomplishment, I know his resume isn't as deep as other guys, but that's because everyone avoided him for so long because he had that issue in boxing where he wasn't famous enough that he was too good too fast, and then he wasn't famous enough that he was worth the money to take the risk fighting him. Also, all the guys in his division, he was the only guy on Top Rank and everyone was on PBC, and the two owners of that fucking hated each other. Not as much as the British guys hate each other because one of them shot the other.
I mean, when you look at the top boxers in the world today, pound for pound, Crawford's got to be number one
right now. It's him and Usyk.
Yeah.
And then Inoue right after that. Same tier, but he's clearly third just based on resume.
When I think about like the current boxing era, what I'm gonna call like the post Floyd era, he's clearly the best.
He's the guy. Everyone thought it was Canelo. It's clearly him and Usyk. It was two guys who just don't know who's left for these guys to fight.
Yeah,
and they're like 38 and unbeatable.
And like so many other athletes, the most important thing for Crawford is what's between his ears, because this guy has one of the best minds I've ever seen.
Every time Canelo made an adjustment, it took like 5 seconds and Crawford figured it out.
It's crazy.
And he's so fucking fat. And also, he's the Bill Belichick of boxing. I will always say that. Bill Belichick famously had no style of coaching. You know, there's like the Shanahan offense. There's like the
Bill Belichick style is whatever it takes to win.
Yeah, he will swap out like 7 of his starters from game to game just to perfectly match what they're doing. And that's Crawford. No one knew how Crawford was going to fight this fight. This is not how I would have picked it. Because, you know, Canelo is like he fights like Canelo every fight. He makes a few adjustments, but it's mostly just little changes to his style to take advantage of tendencies. That's everyone. Pacquiao is a come forward volume guy. Floyd, especially in his later years, he was a defensive counterpuncher. Canelo throws power punches. He's a come forward guy. Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. He danced around. He hit you from afar. He used his jab. Fucking Crawford is a completely different boxer in every fight. And it's always exactly what he needs to be.
Well, I think of Crawford as when he thinks he's got the advantage, he'll go southpaw. I think he's a natural righty.
Yeah, but he fights most of fights southpaw, at least now, the past few years.
It's almost Loma-esque, the way that he kind of traps your lead foot and uses that power jab.
Canelo never got his foot outside of Crawford's.
Yeah.
Not once.
And Canelo's footwork is second to none.
Canelo's fucking great. He made him look awful.
Yeah. All right, real quick. I want you to tell me what you saw from Crawford and then tell me what you saw from Canelo.
What I saw from Crawford is a fucking genius and a man who I can never doubt again because three of his last 2 fights were against top 10 pound for pound guys. It was Spence, where everyone's like, that's a 50-50 fight. I think Spence was a slight favorite, and he wiped him out. 5th round knockout, knocked him down a bunch of times. He'd never even been knocked down before. And he fought Maginov, it was a weird one. And then Canelo, he moves up 3 weight classes to fight the guy who was number 5 pound for pound in a stadium that was 90% Canelo Mexicans because it's in fucking Nevada. And just, he made him look so ordinary. And what I really saw from Canelo is, can he not do combinations anymore?
It's hard to throw combinations when you're getting popped like that.
Yeah, and you could tell I would say the 5th round, maybe even earlier, he's like, I can't figure this out at all. Canelo at his best in like the 6th round, and then Crawford immediately adjusted, and that's when Canelo looked actually pissed because he could not figure him out. And I think he knew he was going to lose.
Yeah.
He was a huge favorite.
Yeah.
He should have been. It made no sense that Crawford took this fight.
That's why he's a generational fighter.
Yeah, so I would say sucks that he doesn't have a better resume. I don't know who he fights next. I don't even know if he fights ever again. I would if I was him because he wasn't getting a lot of money for most of his career, and now he's going to get crazy money whoever he fights.
You want to hear something crazy?
What?
Who I heard is this is a crazy idea, but Bivol.
I think that's a bad matchup for him. I don't know. I'm not going to doubt Crawford.
Bivol was a horrible matchup for Canelo, and that's why he lost.
Yeah. But Canelo's also like a smaller guy at this weight class. Bivol's one up.
Shorter, yeah. He's a shorter guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Would Crawford still have a reach advantage against Bivol?
No.
Anyway.
Bivol is a long 6 foot tall.
Benavidez maybe.
Benavidez, oh yeah.
I made a video today about how Canelo redeems himself, and that's if he fights and beats Benavidez, because the guy that he's been criticized for ducking.
Of course. What I saw from Crawford was, like you said, just absolute genius. I expected him to be primarily defensive in this fight, try to counterpunch, but he took the fight to Canelo. He hung in the pocket. He was trading, but not getting hit somehow.
He does these little thing with his hand where sometimes he's covering like his whole face, and then it's half, and then it's quarter, and it's these slight movements, and he just always seems to know exactly what the next guy's going to throw.
It's his mind that's incredible. And, while he didn't knock Canelo down, I think Canelo was really surprised by the power in his hands. And it's just an unbelievable fight. He is really playing with fire and came out pretty much unscathed. Canelo is not a guy to mess with, and
Canelo is a fucking monster.
I think the key to this was normally Canelo, I think, is almost a matador in the ring. He's amazing head movement. He's a head hunter. I mean, obviously he'll go to the body too, but he's a power puncher. And he'll wait for you to overextend and lights out. And
And Crawford
this
did
time,
that to him.
Crawford was the matador, and Canelo was enraged. I mean, I have never seen Canelo look that angry and off balance and just, like you said, ordinary. But credit to Canelo. Canelo might have the best chin of any fighter alive today and the best legs because he took some tremendous shots and he got beat up. Like, let's not make any mistakes.
I think we've all agreed Canelo has borderline Mount Rushmore all-time chin since those Triple G fights.
Yeah. I mean, to not get knocked down by Triple G, to not get knocked down by Bivol, to not get knocked down in that fight against Crawford.
Dude, he went 36 rounds with Triple G.
The chin and legs on Canelo are tremendous.
And he never even looks like dazed.
And obviously he lost his fight, but I think that in the eyes of any boxing fan, I don't think anyone lost any respect or admiration for Canelo. Like he went out of this fight like a champion.
And he was really humble at the end.
Yeah.
But of course, I think he had like 5 rounds to realize he was going to lose.
Yeah, and I just want to touch on one ridiculous thing about the current state of boxing and why things need to change. Did you know that if Canelo had won the last round, it would have been scored a split draw?
Yeah, I'm so glad that it didn't happen, but 15-13 was crazy to me. 2 judges had it tied going into the 10th or going into the 11th. No, Canelo specifically, his scorecards are always ridiculous. Like, he lost the first Triple G fight. Like, someone had it where he won on that Triple G. I think someone had it where he won 8 of the 12 rounds, which is fucking nuts. And the one against Floyd, that was a majority decision. He got his ass kicked in that fight.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I said he got beat up.
Yeah, Canelo has the most ridiculous scorecards, especially apparently it's a Vegas thing. When he fights in Vegas, his scorecards are ridiculous. But you know what? It's because Mexicans think he's God. I'm telling you,
I mean,
I saw 70,000 crying Mexicans that night. They were got tattoos of his face on their face.
I mean, if you're talking about the top boxing fan bases in the world, it's got to be Mexico, Japan, Ukraine, Puerto Rico, Britain.
Yeah, my little brother was with me. I think he's not a big boxing guy. I think his favorite observation was, why is boxing so racially charged? Because we fucking sit down. They put Crawford on the TV, so it's mostly Mexicans there because it's in Nevada. It's like scattered black people, and like they boo Crawford when he comes on, and the black guy in front of us just turns to a black guy, just turns his head. There's a black guy like 2 rows back and like 8 seats down, and they just lock eyes and nod like they don't even know each other. And then like the black guy's screaming at the Mexican guy, and they're waving the Mexican flag. Boxing is super racially charged, and the sport plays into it.
It's almost like prison rules, like stay with your race.
Yeah, it's
like
nuts.
It doesn't matter if you're cool with black guys on the outside. When you get in the arena,
you
root for your race.
Yeah, it is very strictly racial. The last fight I was at, Puerto Ricans and the Ukrainians were about to kill each other.
Yeah, I mean, there was a fight we were at over the summer where they were like, "Oh yeah, we're not letting any flags into the arena," and then we get in there and it's full of flags.
Dude, they poured all you. I guess in the stadium they usually just give you a can of beer. They poured all the cans into cups because they're like, oh, because the fight fans, they're gonna throw all the Mexicans are gonna throw it at the black people and vice versa. And I'm like, this isn't us being racist towards minorities. If white people were good enough at boxing to have a guy like this, we would totally be like this.
I mean, the Ukrainians are some of the scariest boxing fans in the world.
I don't know. That's why they've been holding up so well in this war. They're just fucking.
I mean,
punching.
I got to imagine there's like a neo-Nazi boxing prospect out there somewhere.
The Great White Hope.
Oh God.
Where's Tommy Morrison at?
You want to see some shit? Like, wait till that happens.
Oh God, that's gonna be intense. Trump's gonna go to that guy's fight.
Yeah.
So anyway, Crawford, Canelo. I would say the only thing is he was in the argument for best Mexican boxer ever before this, and I would say he's now clearly second or third.
Yeah, to Julio Cesar Chavez and potentially Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah, I would have him pretty much neck and neck with Oscar.
Now,
fought everyone and lost some of the big fights.
The question is, after he retires, does he start doing tons of cocaine and dressing up in fishnets? Because if he does, then he's clearly above Oscar De La Hoya.
I met the guy who does the Netflix like documentary promos for the fight, like the director of those. It was like and I met that guy, and he's like, I spent 3 days with Canelo, and he's kind of a fuckboy. Everyone forgets he had his first kid at 14. He has like 6 kids with 6 women.
Well, he's like like country guy from Mexico. Like,
yeah.
He grew up on a ranch riding horses, and like it's like some kid from like Texas grows up and is like the best quarterback in the world. But he's still like,
it's basically Johnny Manziel. It's the Johnny Manziel story. If Johnny Manziel
drives around in a giant truck and like, wears cowboy hats, and Canelo probably like fucking dips and drinks tequila. It's
honestly impressive he's not a bigger fuck up. Because think this guy's been like Mexican Jesus since he was like 13.
I think there's 2 types of athlete partiers. There's the type I classify. I mean, the top example of this is Michael Jordan, where he'll party like a psycho and go incredibly hard, and he'll still show up in big moments totally unbothered. And then there's the
Johnny Manziel,
the fuck ups.
There's Johnny.
Let it get them. Who kind of end up spiraling. Johnny Manziel, obviously.
I think he's the face of that.
Yeah, the face of that. Lawrence Taylor, Allen Iverson,
still great. But yeah, it kind of destroys the life of his career.
Yeah.
But yeah. Fucking. Oh, I'm so glad that like Crawford's getting his due. The one thing I heard, I didn't realize this, the fight didn't start till 1 a.m. East Coast time.
Yeah.
That's a huge blunder. So the undercard, the Mabili fight was great. That should have been the co-main, right?
Yeah.
The reason that other fight was the co-main is because this was made by this fight was put together by Dana White and the Saudis. They had the one Muslim guy that they love, and then Dana White is starting his boxing promotion, and Caleb Walsh. There's a Caleb Smith. Caleb Walsh was the first guy he signed, so that's why they were the co-main.
And that was a fine fight. It was competitive, but it wasn't like a barn burner.
Didn't need to be. Shouldn't have been and also just fucking start. It's 11:30. That's when the main fight should start.
Yeah, I mean, I was like really struggling to stay awake.
So this one only got 41 million views, which is fucking ton, obviously. But like Taylor Serrano on Netflix, a women's boxing fight, got 67 million, and you want to know why? It started at 11.
Yeah.
So, Netflix, you did a great job production-wise. That's really the one note. Make sure this shit starts before midnight East Coast time.
Yeah.
Besides that, I think they fucking killed it. How was Max? I haven't watched the broadcast.
People were kind of clowning on Max because in the early rounds, he was like, "Oh, just wait till Canelo like catches Crawford clean, like,
and he
we'll
never
see what happens." And you know what? I think he did a couple times, and Crawford took it well.
So well.
And then Max was like, "You know what? Like, Canelo just hit him for real, and he took it well." And then he stopped talking about it. And then people were making fun of him because he kept saying, "You need to bring ass to get ass," and Crawford's bringing ass tonight.
That's the only thing someone sent to me.
Yeah, and obviously it's a James Toney quote, right?
Yeah.
But people were just kind of confused by that. I think they were like, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
Yes. Fucking great.
So
It's good to have him back, though.
yeah,
Heard Andre
Max
Ward.
Kellerman, please come on the pod.
I gotta go back and watch some Andre Ward fights. He's a bit of a gap because that was the least I was watching boxing during his reign because we were in college and I was partying on Saturdays. And also, it was like
Yeah,
the worst time period for boxing.
Yeah, Andre Ward had the great misfortune of fighting during the Floyd era, which was fucking awful.
Yeah, I gave a long. I had to like just catch my little brother up to date for the past like 2 decades of boxing and what's happened. Like basically, and before the fight, they had an interview with Tokyo on the screen. Oh, by the way, my tickets on my seat when I sat down came with a copy of Ring Magazine and a giant tourism guide for Saudi Arabia. Somewhere, it's like this thick. I can't wait to read it. Boys Trip?
Boys Trip.
But yeah, he was saying like in 1999, boxing was the number 1 sport in America, and in 2022, when Turkey came in, it was the 14th. It's never been more popular internationally, by the way. But it's the same with basketball.
Yeah, I had to explain to someone in my office that like outside of America, boxing is 100 times bigger than MMA.
Yeah,
like there's so much more money in boxing.
MMA is basically only watched by white American men. Like even Americans like Black and Latinos in America, they watch boxing.
Like the total purse from the Canelo Crawford fight, I think it was like 350 or 400 million.
Yeah,
is pretty much the entire salary combined of all of the UFC roster.
Yeah, they're not touching that.
Crazy.
Oh, it's fucking great. But yeah, because like it's like this most popular sport it's the second most popular sport in a ton of countries, like behind soccer.
Yeah.
And then MMA, I think it was something like 85% of their fans are white American men.
Yeah. I mean, they were first doing it on like Spike TV. What do they expect?
Spike TV. I love that Family Guy bit. It's like Spike TV, and it just makes like sound effects. It's like vroom vroom. Oh, things men like. Spike TV.
Yeah, I mean, we like explosions and guns and moaning women and sports cars.
Yeah. Oh, I saw Sofia Vergara's boobs in person.
Were they magical?
No, they weren't bare, but I saw them at a distance bouncing. You could see them from a mile away.
Were they bouncing boobily?
Like Sydney Sweeney at the Emmys.
Incredible.
Anyway, I think that's where we wrap it up tonight. I'm Grayson.
That's it.
Bites. Like, subscribe, all the, do the nonsense. See you guys next time.
Do it.